Yes, welcome everyone. Another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man, and this is a train, as you can see here. It was in the tunnel here for about a minute or two, and it's going from Shinjuku, as you can see, to Takao-san-guchi, which is just sort of let me think, west of Hachioji. And I thought it'd be a really interesting way of doing the videos. We'll look at real estate. If I can remember, we can go back and forth sometimes, and we can see where kind of we are. So we're going to be looking in the sort of outskirts of Tokyo, where the stuff is a little bit cheaper. However, before we do that, one of the videos that we did last week, of course, I'm always using this at-home page because it just has this great software for looking at things and doing like market analysis and finding arbitrage. And I found some other like functions that they provided now on the site. They're really great, just informational things that we could look at as well. Anyhow, this is just sort of west of Shinjuku right here, probably like near Hatsudai. And I guess the video here is about 53 minutes long, so basically it takes 53 minutes to go from Shinjuku to Takao-san on the very Takao-san is really on the edge of Tokyo, the western edge, and it's basically Takao-san means like it means high mountain. Takao-san, and like Hachioji, like one of the O is Hachioji. Like, anyhow, the kanji is not here, but I know the kanji in my head. Anyhow, you'll see that we'll try to come back here at different points throughout the video to see where the train is. But you can see right here, just by the build-up right here, you see that it's quite an urban, dense situation. But that changes a lot throughout this train ride. I'm hoping it's going to start moving. Yeah, it's going to start moving. And just as I guess we'll get another 10 seconds here. Just leaving the station is always interesting. All these buildings, even see like all these apartment buildings that are right close to the station. People love to be close to the station. But even you see how the entrance to on that one right there where we were, if I were to even like pop it back 10 seconds right there, I have to pop it back. I'll try to pop it back again, and I'll stop it right here for a second because there's one important point that we can talk about. These are the entrances to the apartment. So all the noise and stuff like that is not like all the noise generated here from the train, and this is a train going to Shinjuku as well, okay, is like in this sort of design doesn't really affect the apartment as much as you'd think, because here's the entrance, but the lifestyle stuff is on the other side of the apartment. So they just and you can see it's done here in all these apartments. So it's just very intelligently sort of designed as well, Tokyo. And then over time, as buildings get newer and stuff like that, they just build it in more intelligent ways. So yeah, it's really neat. And I could stay on this video for a while. Anyway, we'll move on over here to the master map, and which of course is the at-home map. And what I want to do here now, what we're doing here in this video today, I'm basically, it's a very restricted search, and unfortunately my head ended up in the place that I'm choosing stuff that this means reform sumi. So anything that we're going to look at here today has going to have a recent renovation in it. That's the word for renovation, which means reform, or like reform, like reforming or remaking or renovation. So that's sort of a borrowed English word that's sort of changed. And the other thing that this is of course ownership, shoryuken, and this is parking. So anything that we're going to look at today has parking. Okay, I'm not going to take anything without parking. So this, in some ways, you're going to look. The stuff that we're looking at today is going to be how a Japanese, like more of a Japanese market, like a family would go into the market, and they would at least for sure click off these sort of things. And there's lots of other options that you can go through. Of course, you see these are, what's happening here? Please, thank you, Instagram. Thank you very much. The deal man, maybe the deal man is getting a hold of me. Okay, here, that's about it. Anything else I had here on here? I didn't demark anything in terms of LDK or anything like this, but this is, for example, the map is showing what's available right now on these 4 LDK, 3 LDK. Okay, and we're going to move the map out. As you can see here in Shibuya right here, we're full. This is Shibuya, so everything here is full of red pill and really expensive. So it's like we're not really going to look at this stuff. Like there's a house here for 2.5 million. There, that's 118 meters. Okay, 2 SLDK. S meaning storage. Okay, and that's not what is 118 meters. That's, yeah, there you go. That's what it is in Shibuya now. 194 meters is 2.65 million. Okay, so that's where we are. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this out. We're going to move this map. So this is really neat because when we can see, we can try to find out where the market is going to break. Okay, and we're going to follow the KO line. This here, okay, I'm going to follow the KO line out there. Okay, and this is the KO line we're going to follow, which comes from Shinjuku. So right now, if I were to pop over to this map, I'm speculating that we could be approaching Shimokizawa. Who knows? Let's pop over there and come back. Where are we now on this video? Don't hit the X. Tokyo released that, man. Okay, so yeah, we're on our way probably to like Shimokizawa, but you can see the density is already changing in that single family housing here is getting, isn't it great? All these people take these videos on social media. For us, the real estate or the money people can take these videos and stuff like that and use them as informational sources. It just blows me away. I was just thinking about it today. I was thinking, well, we're going to move the map again. I was like, well, rather than and I did a search here on YouTube to find something for the KO line, and then I thought, and then this one came up, and I was like, well, why don't we just, while we move the map, we could even sometimes come back here and peer at some of the stuff of the train moving. You can get an idea of how the character changes, and then we can see the trains, these trains. So when the trains keep coming in this way, that just reflects the demand for this land is such a popular line. So it's not just going one way, and the trains, we've seen 2 or 3 trains coming back the other way. So that tells you that there's so much. See, there's another train already. Another train has come. Okay, another train has coming in. Okay, so it just tells you a lot of people here are living in this area. It's fascinating. Okay, anyway, shut up, Tokyo. Get back to the map. Get back to the map, Tokyo Real man. Oh, what's going to happen? Hopefully the map will stay on place. Okay, we're going to keep moving back. We see lots of red pill there. There's nothing here. We don't see anything here. We're following the KO line. What are we seeing out here? Are we seeing anything come in here? We see a red pill here. This is Chitose Funobashi, okay? This is the Odaku line. The Odaku line goes toward Shonan Way. So this is going straight out west. The KO line is going to go straight out west, and the Odaku is going to go down to the south. But again, this is like Setagaya area right here. And then finally we're coming into Chofu right here. And when let's just click this one, we're not going to look at it, but when we look at the price, we see that, okay, we're in the 500,000 Canadian range already right now. Okay, and I think the yen today is at 103 or 100 yen to 103 to the Canadian dollar. US dollar today was at 143, I think. Anyhow, we're going to keep following, get rid of that right there, and we're going to keep following the KO line. And we can see right now, though we can see something came in here. What do we got first sort of blue pill come in here. And oh yeah, we looked at this one before. This one was, we finally reached basically 300,000 Canadian, or you say Japanese, sons and months. So the market still hasn't broken, okay? It still hasn't broken to cheap quite yet, okay? So we're going to keep moving out here, keep moving. So we're getting here now. You can see we're here in Fuchu. So so we know it's green, so that's going to be 4 or 5. This is going to be 500,000 or 420. So you can see we see the price already declining, okay? And then here we push this one here, but there's still like mismatches, like 400, 500,000 in the marketplace. And everything we're looking at here, okay, is all everything that it's all been sort of renovated. Don't forget, okay. And you see the KO line is turning down here. So, and we're coming up more toward. Now we're getting near Hachioji right there, and finally here, we're seeing now the market starting to break. We're finally seeing it here breaking as we're getting into the Hachioji. So this is where the things now, the line almost is, the cheap stuff almost is starting here, kind of in Hino, right there. This is Hino City, okay? This is Hino. And then you can look, Hi means sun, that's the kanji for Japan, Hi or Ni, Nihon. And then No means field. Nogyo means field, and that's the kanji for it. So you can see like the field where the sun hits it, and so we're still in front of the mountains. Okay, now this is where we're seeing the market break, and then we have to move a little bit further, okay, to see, okay, that there's more of a, definitely if we move it out here more too, right, there's going to be even a bigger probably more selection of blue. But what we're starting to see here, the market here is starting to be a little bit more broken as we get more Hachioji way. So we want to try to look then here on the left side of the market, because we want to be closer. We don't see much red pill here, we don't see any red pills here, but we want to be now closer to these greens. And now you're probably wondering, where's the train? Did we hit Shimo Kitazawa? Let's see if we made Shimo Kitazawa. Oh my god, here we go. So yeah, we're probably coming in like this is mid Setagaya range right there. And then, oh, thank you very much, Instagram, leave me alone. Okay, so you can see right there, but you can see already that the character, this is still changing. Now, like, it's not like it was in Shinjuku where everything is hugged up there against the tracks, but there's still our apartment building. Someone developer here has made an apartment building there, and we see this Keio line is so busy, and there's 4 kinds of trains on the Keio line. It has a Kakuik Teisha, and then you have the Tokyu, and then you have like maybe like the Super Tokyu and the Mega Tokyu probably. And the train use on this line is just amazing. Anyhow, and they're so good at stopping and creating distance and safety. It's amazing, the Keio line. Anyway, Tokyo Real Estate Man, don't stay on that page. You have to come back here and finish your video. Anyway, we'll go back to the map, and the map will click up here again. Now here I think I've chose 2. I think I chose this one right here and this one right here. Little thing that I didn't crack up this one down here, but if you ever have a chance, I don't know if you're like me, I love the zoo, and this is called Tama Dobutsukoen, and this is it's called Tama Zoological Park in English. And if you ever have a chance going that way, it's just a wonderful zoo. I love the zoo. I love Ueno Zoo, and I love the Tama. This is great. My favorite animal there is, I always love the giraffes. They fascinate me, the giraffes. And there was the wolves. They have wolves at this one zoo, man. The wolves, they're just amazing. Anyway, Tokyo Real Estate Man, stay on course here. Okay, so these were the 2 that we're going to look at. And don't forget, anything we're looking at here has parking, and it's been refurbished. So just gotta think of a wife like my wife, right? She likes to move into a nice place, right? So that's what I'm trying to think about. If it's a nice place, if you could, for example, live in this place for 5 years, but it's been refurbished 4 or 5 years ago or something like this, it's still got a possibility of selling, and it's connected to the Keio system, which we see is a lot of trains on it. Okay, and it's at we're trying to find cheaper price points here. Anyhow, I'll crack the listing of Tokyo Real Estate Man. Anyway, what's going to come? Yeah, this is the one here, which I like, the 1697. And I think this was where was the other one I looked at? Right here. There's 2 of them, and I sort of know that's the same one repeating. Maybe it was this one right here. Yeah, I think it was the one for 1970. Anyhow, I got them open here, and let's just go here. Anything we're looking at here is basically, I'm looking at the cheapest supply in the market. We're looking for the sort of blue pill in the best sort of position. Okay, anyhow, let's go over here to the listing. Okay. Oh, okay. Please, Tokyo Real Estate Man, please make this work. Okay, yes. Here, go to the top. No, yeah, this is actually, I was looking at a different one. This is the listing right here, and it's a 2-floor 4 LDK. Okay, and it's recently been refurbished. I'll try to expand these pictures so we can go through them. Okay. Okay, I know you're probably wondering, where is that train right now? Anyway, go. We're not allowed to move off here till we look at, or go off the trade pictures till we look at all the photos here. And then you can see it's all being sort of done nicely by the real estate people. This is not working because it's changing its center, so we'll stay here on the pictures like this. But and you can see right here, it's an older house, and you can see it's built here in 1988. But they've done a really nice job in changing everything here in the front to make it look like kind of now. And in the now color right now are these dark browns and darker colors right now, and they've painted the house, and to me it looks pretty nice. and there's a parking lot as well. Kitchen's all but again, is this really special? No, it's not. Okay, this is the bottom. I'm trying to find stuff on the in good, well positioned in Tokyo, in popular places. That's a deal. Okay, so there's nothing like spectacular about this house, but I mean, that's pretty nice. It's nice. And the new toilet, tatami rooms. I mean, there's nothing totally special about this house, but it does have parking, and it's recently been redone. And then you can see the character of the neighborhood, and you can see that's a farm. That is a farm. So when we're, just like it says, hino, no is when you see the kanji no, you're going to think in the ancient Japan, it was an agricultural area. Okay? And then there's the good right there. The little, that's the little backyard to it that you could have a garden there if you wanted, right? Anyhow, this was the sort of house, and this is its location right there. We'll try to, oh, wait, Tokyo real estate man. Stay on point. Get over to that train picture and let's see where we are. Okay, this is the train part. So we're in, so this station here that we're going into, okay, so it's probably, by the way, look at the safety systems here in the station right there for not letting people jump and stuff like that. All the safety systems they built here in the station, you see that right there. And this one is underground, so it's still in a good enough location where that real estate, where the KO line has done the calculations for the real estate, probably that it's cheaper for them to have the station underground and for them to have their retail above ground. So that's often what you see when they're going, they engineer the stuff under the station. It's not just, originally when they built these lines in the 1960s and that, but everything gets better over time. And then they found out that they could probably, they crunched the numbers on it, that it's worth it being underground. And then they constructed this station probably in the last 10 years underground, and you see this slowly happen in Tokyo over time. Anyhow, Tokyo real estate might get back on point here. Okay, okay. So we're looking here. You can see right there. We'll try to pull up more so we see out the location, and we're in this sort of. Here you see Kita Hachioji. We're in the periphery between Hino and Hachioji. Okay, and then we'll try to move in closer. Maybe we can get. Before I do that, I got to remember, okay? Let's have a look with it. It's going to be supermarkets everywhere, okay? I thought it was going to be supermarkets everywhere. Yeah, they are everywhere, but you can see that everything is here. This is, by the way, number 20. This is Kosho Kaido, and this go all the way to Shinjuku, so you can drive to Shinjuku. So you can see right now, at least from this here, this is looking to be like you're going to need a car. And that's why the systems out here, you need a car. So when you're coming out here and you're buying this stuff, if you're not going to you can see the geography, okay, of this area is like people are going to be able to have to use cars. So if you don't have a driveway and a place for them to park their car, you're going to be stuck with a house that you can never sell. There you go. Do I want that to be the case? If you don't want that, then you can just get an apartment and move closer in. That's all. You just have to change. You just have to change it up. Your thinking. But when you're getting this stuff, a house out here in Hachioji, I wonder if this is like a phantom. This is like a phantom. How can it? Like where? What is this? Why is this yellow here? Yeah. Okay. So it's in it. Okay. Maybe it's like over a tunnel. I guess I'm not going to be able to do. Get a close up on this one for whatever reason. Anyway, this is a really interesting sort of thing too. When you come here to, I've recently discovered this as well. This is everything in the Hachioji market. Okay. Now we've taken a lot of stuff off because I'm trying to get stuff that's all been refoamed and stuff like that. And so there's 607 houses for sale now in Hachioji. And then for things that are 3DK or under, okay, there's 50 listings. Okay, but the bulk of the market right now, the 208 and the 258, are the 3-bedroom, 3LDK to 4DK, or the 4LDK, and the average price for that stuff is 3,350 mon, or around that price. You can see actually the 3LDK price is actually the same as the 4 or 5 bedroom. Okay, so but you can see that the sample that we're looking at here in the marketplace is half that. So it is sort of a deal in a way. And the people that would buy this from you, let's say you want to sell it in a few years' time, it's not a bad idea. You just hold it let's say the currency system resets itself in 5, 6, 7 years, or maybe it collapses. And then, like, if there's a new system that we come out of, for example, you will have been hedged through the whole inflation. Or if you're coming from inside Japan and you can finance something like this, that's a good move as well. Okay. Anyway, this will explain to you the averages. You can see the bulk of the people who are living here when you're seeing 3 LDKs and 4 LDKs and stuff like that. It's going to be families. If you're looking the Shibuya market, this data is going to totally be different. But this page at home is phenomenal because it's giving us great data. It's giving us this mobile map. And I know you're just wondering right now, where is that train, Tokyo Real Estate Man? So get here to the top of the listing right here, and I should end on the good front picture, not the ugly garden picture at the very end. And we'll pop over here to the KO line. Where are we right now? Oh no, is it? Oh no, we were stopped in the station. No, we're not in the station anymore, but you can see the character. It's so fascinating way to do this video, right? And then you can see this station here is built on top. You see, this is more of a traditional setting with station. That one there, and the geography is changing such that they haven't built this one station underground. So it's so fascinating. There could be, we don't know what that one station that was underground, we don't know what that was. There could have been like a confluence or like a transfer point with another train line as well, right? So then that line becomes that much more important because or that land there becomes much more important because it has more economic pressure on it. Anyhow, you can see it's slowing down because it's just probably closing into the gap as you're coming here to the next station. And we didn't stop in this station. This is going to be maybe an express one. And just looking, it's so great. You still see apartments, but we're starting to work. You might even start to see some agriculture out here. But again, you still see people want that. There's a train going the other way. You still see brand new apartment buildings out here, like mansions and concrete buildings and stuff like that as we go down. We didn't stop in that station either. So we're on some sort of express train here. Anyway, we'll come back here to the second one. And the one on the second one we're looking at here was a different one. And the pictures aren't very good on it, okay? But apparently, I don't know, I like this one just because I just like the color and how they redid it, but there's no internal pictures. And again, this is a 2 LDK. So we know that this is under the average of what people in the Hachioji market are looking for. Most of the people moving here to Hachioji, they likely want 3 bedrooms. So maybe, for example, if you want 2 bedrooms only, maybe you're better to get an apartment and move inside. And then you want to be in with those, you want to fit where you want to fit in those averages, if that makes any sense to you. Anyway, apparently everything is being redone, and I don't have any interior pictures, but just by the way that they remade this house, and this house was built in 1976, I think they did a pretty good job. It looks pretty good. And then here though is the driveway right there, and like I don't know if we're going to be able to pick up on any of the information about how you have to get it. My guess is that this one was in a cul-de-sac. Anyway, built in 1976, 64 meters, 103 meters of land. Nice. And 2-floor house. And this again is in Hachioji. We'll come here down here to the map. Okay, and you can see right there, there is Hachioji. Almost the very same location. And I'm guessing now that this train is getting near where we are right now. It's getting near Hino. But let's move in closer. Let's move in closer and take the Google Maps golden guy. And isn't it amazing we can do all this stuff? It's just amazing. Okay, and I dropped them in there. And you see, I said to you, it's in a cul-de-sac. And we're not going to be able to go down that cul-de-sac, but this is why this place is cheaper. Okay, it does have the parking. It's in the cul-de-sac here. I don't even know if I can get into that cul-de-sac. I don't think I can. Okay, no, I don't think I can. Yeah, anyhow, it's here at the end here, and we saw that there's a parking spot there, and it's not this house, but it's in there behind it. But so many things that we can learn from it all. You can see that lots of cars to look at. I don't really see any new houses here built in this sort of area. This looks to be some warehousing right here, though. Doesn't it look to be some warehousing there? And then, but this is quite a distance, though. Quite a distance here from the station. It's interesting. It looks like we've ended up in this sort of like a warehousing district, because you see a lot of logistics and trucks, but still you see a brand. This is like a mansion here built in the 1970s, and this is all these are this is a company that does this is called Japanese trunk room, and you can see here it says, when I move down, I should get it right over top it, and then it says is it there? Where it's I think I skipped past it, but these are trunk room. Trunk room is a little storage facility. Oh, right there's a Nissan NV350. And then so here's this is a typically sort of Hachioji sort of suburb, where you see all kinds of stuff here, and there's like the new mansion there like that. So that gives you an idea of the character and how everything here, you see there it says trunk room. So this whole place is for trunk room and stuff like that, for storage and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll try to move back here. Try to get back there, and then I can move into the satellite. I thought maybe we could have a better picture of what the house is about, and that's about as close as I can get you right there. And it's just in that sort of cul-de-sac in the very back right there, so it's going to be a tricky thing to bring in and park. So in a way, I think that this house is nice and stuff like that, but in some ways it could actually almost be too down market. I don't know, it's really hard, but if that's all you have, that's what you get now in Tokyo for that. So it's really it's just such a hard situation. It's crazy, because you used to be able to pick this kind of stuff off in Setagaya for something like that. Anyhow, that's just the Tokyo real estate market right now. Anyhow, coming down here, this is the same as you saw before. It's going to the averages. So when we're below the 3 LDK, the 2 LDK, there's only 50 other things for sale here in the total market. So it's not really addressing what sort of people want in this sort of area. In some ways, you could say, interesting to look at. Oh wow. And I guess all this information here on the bottom here sort of repeats itself. That was the total price, which is 2,497, but you can say Nisen Gokyakuman basically, or 250 Canadian, and like that. Everything's apparently, it says right here that I don't have any new pictures or anything for you right there, but it says the reform. Okay, everything has been done here. Okay, in November. This is November of 2024. Okay, so unfortunately I don't really have very great pictures, but this was a good price sample, and I just liked how it looked from the outside. Okay, anyway, that gives us a little picture of a couple of samples there in the marketplace right there of this house with parking, and it really is, this is really bare minimal sort of stuff. We could maybe come back here. Let's go back here to see where the train is right here though. I'm gonna have to do this in the future. It's fascinating. And we can see, I guess, by the position of the YouTube video, like where things end up sort of being. This is sort of a really big station right here. So this is going to be like where an express station is right here. And I don't know, I don't even know, maybe it stopped when I moved pages. Maybe it stopped, but you can see there, that's that's a Shashiro-san. He might be changing shifts right now, and he just put his schedule in there. They're so meticulous. Like if you've ever had a chance in Japan to go there and to watch how they go through their job and their hand, they have a whole sort of protocol with their hands for confirming, and they create a muscle memory about their job and stuff like that, with just their hand actions and everything that they do, how they confirm things with their fingers and their hands and stuff like that. It's really neat to watch them. I do it all the time. They're like, stop looking at me, Tokyo real estate man. Anyway, this is gonna leave there, and then I thought that maybe we could come back here to the map for one more second, to the map, and I thought that we could look at something. I wanted to look at one. Now that I'm here right now, there's this one sort of green one here. We're gonna guess that it's for 4,000 won, or just under. Let's have a look at this one. This could be a really good exercise, and you can see right there it says reform, renovation, sumi, like it's already done. So let's have a look at this one right here. And I think by looking up a little bit in the market too, it's a really good idea to see. Okay, and again, what do we have here? This is a 40K, so we're right now this is fitting in with what people want in Hachioji. Because if they don't, for example, you can look at it like this. These people who are looking in this market want these extra rooms. If it's a 2 LDK they want, they're going to probably move closer in themselves. I don't know. There's so many factors too. I don't know. Like anyway. Let's look at some of these pictures here, and the kitchen, everything's been redone. I mean, it's, again, nothing special, but you can see the land sits on a lot here with some land, and here's south facing, north this way here, so that's nice. You could put some laundry racks out here. Oh, they're fixating on the kitchen here. Another picture of the kitchen. Okay. That was probably the best part of the house, is the kitchen. Yeah, this is an older one. This hasn't been redone. This is probably from the 1990s. And here is the washroom. That might have been redone. I don't know. Okay, new toilet. Yeah, this is an older, like in the washroom here. This is not a brand new one. So the washroom was done likely, who knows, it was probably, maybe it was done in the 2010s or something like that. Air conditioning unit right there with a bidet or a washlet. The bedrooms upstairs. Again, this is nothing special. It's 300,000 Canadian, okay? But actually, when we put that in the backdrop, funny that I mentioned this, the Canadian marketplace, you can't buy a house in Vancouver or anything surrounding here for $300,000. So this is a really good deal in a way. Yeah. And is that going to be the Okujo? Like, that's almost like the attic upstairs, like for storage. So you get everything with this house, and you get the Tommy room. Yeah, but it is not like a brand spanking new house, 1996, and it looks like a 1996 house. Yeah, but you see here the balcony south is probably south facing, right? So your clothes are going to dry. And you can see here on the next door neighbor's house right there that it's the same sort of setup. This is a south facing place for laundry. This is a good lot though. It's a nice house. And yeah, back to the kitchen pictures. But they always talk about it here. This is the popular to have 3 cone roll, 1, 2, 3, not 2. Just popular. And yeah, I guess that's the house. Like, yeah, this is a nice driveway though, and it's a nicely yard. This is really nice. Yeah, but you can see now that's why this price is $360,000 Canadian, or Japanese Sanzen Ropyaku Hachiju Mon. Okay. Anyhow, that's the sort of house there here in Hachioji. I like that front yard though. It's nice. And this again, I think, was south facing with the driveway. So in a way, this kind of is the house that was kind of everything. Okay, in this area where the market started to break. We saw her back in the Shibuya when all the reform and everything was done, but it was this really great renovation? Not really. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's interesting. There's so many things to think about when you're, the Tokyo bull market just causes people to compromise and just have to change what you're, like, how you're doing things. And then we saw the location, everything. The one last thing that we could always do that's a useful tool here is to do this sort of simulation right there. Okay, because when we do the loan simulation, you can have an idea of what the Japanese market is thinking. We see that what the Japanese market is thinking in terms of the map. We see what the Japanese market is thinking in terms of the averages. So here, but before we go there though, before we get to this part, I'm going to go to the train. Let's see where this train is. Oh, it stopped. No, okay, but then it's moving now. I guess this is a different station. But you can see right here that you can see there far away from here is the Kaosan. You can see that this is the very edge of Tokyo. So it's a really good way of understanding the Kanto plain. Okay, so you can see that the plain here is ending right here because they're going to hit the mountains, and that is a really thing about there's hardly any living space in Japan because these mountainous areas like that, they dominate, and that's why people huddle. We see the agriculture right there. They huddle into these plains in Kansai and Kanto. First of all, like the Kanto and Kansai are the most moderate at winter time, right? And they're on this flat plain where there's just been lots of agriculture since time immemorial. Anyhow, it's so cool. Get back there to the financing page, Tokyo. Real estate, man. Was it this one here? Yeah, there it is right there. So, okay, so a family in Japan, okay, with 0 down payment, their total monthly payment on owning this house, okay, is basically $1,060 a month. Okay, you can't do that in Vancouver. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The numbers still work here. So, let's say that this family has $50,000 down payment on this one. They're living in this house, okay, for $920 a month. Okay, so yeah, the numbers sort of work. But we can do one other thing though. Can do it. Let's say they go $100,000 up market. Let's say they go $100,000 up market. Watch this. Okay. Oh God, that didn't do nothing. I thought I hit that enter button and something's gonna happen. Okay, but this is the thing. Okay, if they go $100,000 up market, if they can, for 200, or was that basically $200 or $300 more, they get a nicer house. I don't know. So it's a tough call. Like maybe that's why they want a newer house in this area, because they can get that. They're probably going to be able to get that for about maybe here 56, 80, right? And let's say the husband has a good job. Let's say they can get a loan at 0.5%. I'm not joking. No, they can't. That's difficult now. Right there, 0.55. Very, this is not an unrealistic scenario. Okay, so the brand new house in the same area, they get the, this is the Hendo, which is the variable rate. But yeah, you could say back to me, because Japanese, like 30-year bond went up to 3.68% lately. Maybe you don't want to be in the variable right now either. So I don't know. So when you do that though, the brand new house then becomes 13.5. Okay, but the variable rates in Japan don't jump up right away. You're given these, they can only jump you up a little, like the laws are really good that way. They can't jump you up. You have 2 years before they can jump you up, and they can't increase more than, I think it is, they can't increase more than like 1.5% over 5 years as well. So there's a really tight sort of protocol in there as well. I forget. Every contract's a little different, but this is a really good way of understanding that as well. Like having a look, play around with these financing charts, okay? Because maybe they could, someone, for example, a family can go in Hachioji and get a brand new house for this price, and it costing $300 or $400 more a month. I don't know. Everyone's situation is going to be different, but it's good to imagine about this kind of stuff. Anyway, I want to get back to my train picture. We can end it on, but this was not a spectacular house, really, was it? Was it a really spectacular house? No, it really wasn't a spectacular house. I don't have to go back to the one with the kitchen. We can end on the, I guess the kitchen one. They want you to end on it, but yeah, it's not a totally spectacular house. Come back here to the YouTube video. I'd like to see where we are right now. What are we going to be here? What are we going to be? Where are we going to be? Still see mansions along the tracks, right along here, and this must be getting out toward Hachioji. There's a Hifuka I just saw there, which is like a skin doctor, a dermatologist right there. It's at Hifuka. I'm sort of reacting to the data that's coming into my eyes as we look here, but we can see the first sort of, we could even be past Hachioji right now, in that we're seeing like the foothills of the mountains and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. This video ended up better than I thought, just by moving it back and forth, but we could see the different, like I guess we're at, I don't know where we are, let's say we're at minute 35. You can see that in 35 minutes going from Shinjuku to where we are, but we still see a train. Still see a train on the Keio. Of course it has it, because everything's on a circular course and stuff like that. But here on the edge of the Keio line here at the very end, we still see you see farming and lots of residential houses, lots of buses right there that are servicing the people that are stretched here far from the station. Yeah, because the buses are going to be very important as they get out here, especially for the older people, koreika, which is the aging of the society. Anyway, this is really fun to do, to look at all this stuff. If you're interested in a house in Japan or Tokyo, you can always come here to my Instagram and DM me there. Engage me in a conversation. I got some interesting conversations with people going on here on the Instagram. This is my Instagram. Oh, thank you, Adblock, for saving me. Tokyo Real Estate Man website is my Instagram right there. But there's also there's cars. I sell cars. I sell real estate. There's lots of information about me there, right there. Oh, if you hit the JDM, did I have anything interesting in that one? My car that I imported the other day. Oh yeah, there you go. Pass the inspection. Okay, JDM stuff. Failing that other stuff, you can come here to my website. tokyorealestateman.website, as you can see here in the address bar. tokyorealestateman.website. I just love that. Easy for me to remember. And you can either email me there or use the contact box. Anyway, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. We gotta end on the train. But even though we go further out, you can see that every time we go further out, there's just more sort of. But there's still like see, they're looking at that look like almost like newer sort of an area where newer houses are. But you still see rental mansions out here and everything like that. That's a storage place for like where the KO. Like a KO yard for their trains and stuff like that. It's just fascinating to come and have this video that we've done here today. It's been a really fun one to just jump back and forth, even for like, of course, for me too, because yeah, I know that would be my advice to people, that to use all these other people are making all these great social media videos for people, but we can use them as real estate investors to like if you're interested in an area and you see the train line it's on, okay, go on and look at the character, watch that train line one, enjoy the train line picture, and have a look. Even when it comes through the you can see the guy's going to come in here and change right there. Probably going to be a shift change right here. You can use probably here, because there's like, this is the yard. Yeah, it's the yard, so he's off shift right there, and this is like where the shasho-san are going to like change, and this is where the yard is, and there he is coming to work. So we can use these sort of videos like that. And it's a great thing to talk about Japan and like how they're just so like great at their work and stuff like that. That place, notice where he put his bag. I think that's probably, the bag has to be there all the time. Like my guess is not on the floor, because they can't trip and stuff like that. There's going to be a whole protocol that they've gone through in their job and stuff like that. So it's just great. Yeah, but again, yeah, use these tools and then to help you out in your real estate search. And you can also use me. Anyway, another video from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. いつもこのチャンネル見てる皆様ありがとうございます。今日のちょっと京王線の冒険だよ。新宿から八王子までの京王線各駅停車の東急電車かなの冒険の動画、風呂さんの動画、楽しかった。ありがとうございます。Thank you for watching another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. この動画でもう終わりです。